Hey guys, so we're back after God knows how long, 3 years, 4 years, with another project finally. We have got two actually, that one's being sold, but this one, we've got a Vivaro campervan that I've just bought, which we're going to convert into a little motorhome, campervan, sorry, not a motorhome. All it's got done, it's got a very basic conversion already, so it's got a bed in the back and a few boards which I've already took out there, and it is ply lined and insulated, so we're going to completely restart. As you can see, it's got some side steps on it, it's got a window put in, it's got some nice wheels and VF Goodrich tyres on it, but we're going to keep those, restart everything else. So I'll show you the walk around now, which I did on the services when I bought it, and then we'll come back, I'll talk you through what we're going to do, and we'll take it from there. Cheers guys. Hey guys, so I'll just talk you through our plan for the camper. So the plan is to make it a 4-berth camper. I think we're going to put a pop top on it, we're going to put a rock and roll bed in it, and we're going to do as much as the work as possible ourselves. So we're going to pay someone to put the pop top on, like I say, and then we'll figure everything else out as we go. We're going to buy the kit as well to put in it, but we're going to fit it ourselves, but they never fit quite right anyway. So yeah, it's just a learning curve for us, for you. I'll talk you through the problems I'm having, I'll talk you through what we found easy, what we've learned. We're going to put a solar panel on it as well, with it being an off-grid camper. So as you can see on the roof there are roof bars in the minute, but they're going to come off. But it's a really good baseline. It's got some nice wheels on it, it's got side steps. Hopefully it's insulated, hopefully it's not an absolute dog underneath. As you can see, he's done a few nice bits to the van, he's put lights in it, etc. But we do need to completely restart really, because you can't build on top of what the other guys already done with what we plan on doing with it. So yeah, really exciting project. Let's cut the video and we'll get started. Okay guys, we're a couple of days later, required a spare wheel, and this is where we're up to. So we've just stripped this unit out, the one that I showed you just prior, and the bottom half of the bulkhead's come out, so we could fit the swivel seat, which I forgot to record, but very simple process. Take the old seat out, put the base on, screw the old seat into the new base, and the inside is looking semi-rough. The guy that did it before, it's the first time he's ever done any sort of conversion, any sort of DIY work. And you can tell it's not a bad effort. It is really, but for a first attempt, it's not the worst effort. Got some wires dangling around, some unfinished bits here and there. Expanding foam oozing out. So today we're just gonna, we've removed the leisure battery as well. So there's the control unit, etc. for it. We might put that under the driver's seat. We're not entirely sure yet where it's going to go. So today I'm going to strip it out as far. I'm going to go as far as I can, and we'll see where we get up to, and then we can start making a plan on whether we need to re-soundproof it, whether we need to re-insulate it, etc. etc. See the paint's actually a different colour there in patches, which isn't ideal. Yeah, he's made this little flap which for him might have worked, but in my eyes it's a lot of wasted space. So let's get this going. I'll jump into a time lapse and we'll see where we get to. So, started taking these trims off and this trim down here, and then wanted to move on to the wood at the side. So these, look at the state of this wood. There is 7 million holes, and look, bent all the screws that was all screwed into this on each piece of the wood. Random little tiny pieces, bigger lumps again with 7 million holes. Same there, different size screws going in. Just a proper slap up job. But then I've gone to unscrew these, and if you look closely, filled over the screws. So you can't even screw these out now. So there's a screw there, screw there, screw there. Looks to be some, on some there's 2, there's some there's 1. Focus, focus. You try putting the drill bit in, nothing happens. So what I'll do is I'll take everything I can off for now, and it's really weak, it's really cheap wood, so I might just pull it straight off. But we'll go again and see how far we get. So you see me hammering away there, just trying to get all this filler off. Making a right mess of it, but I'm not sure of a better way of doing it. So yeah, if you look, the filler's quite deep. That's not a shallow hole. So the filler on this wood is sometimes like 3 or 4 or 5 millimeters thick. And if you look, I've not took that screw out there. So there's a hole that he's filled. He's filled that, but he has put a screw in there. No screw there, so it's quite hard to tell where the holes are, where the screws are, sorry. But there seems to be a lot of holes and not so many screws. But look at that one, that is so deep. Yeah, I'm not sure of a better way of doing what he's done, but we'll figure it out together, won't we? Between us. So yeah, I've started taking the trims out on the top there. Not the best job. I've got paint all over the van. Bits of tape covering the insulation. So yeah, we'll crack on. We'll see how far we get. Boom. So we're more or less done now. There's tons and tons of holes. Some were screws, some wasn't. Some had like 3 or 4 screws on this side, some only had 1 on this side in the same place, so everything was just higgledy-piggledy, random stuff. Anyway, we're done now. I started pulling the carpet up, and look, I've made a strange discovery. Artificial grass, a little garden. Wonder what the idea there were. Soundproofing maybe? I'm not sure. Am I a fan? Almost. Oh, I think it's screwed in. Oh, it's stapled in. That were about 2.5 hours. A lot longer than expected, but oh, it's done. And look how many screws I got out. A complete random assortment of screws. I don't know where I got that from. Got steel ones, every different random thickness you can imagine. We need to source somebody that can make us an interior now. I don't fancy making the whole interior myself, so we'll buy an interior and then we'll talk you through fitting it, the problems we're having with fitting it, blah 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 blah, and if you've any ideas on what we can do next in terms of the best way to go about it. I'm assuming we'll rip everything out now and re-soundproof it if it needs it, re-insulated if it needs it. The roof bars are coming off and we're going to get a pop top fitted, so if anybody knows somebody that can fit a pop top in the northwest of England, that'd be greatly appreciated. Took that stupid artificial grass off all the lino that were up there. It was really badly done anyway, it was going to have to come out. And we'll start doing the walls now, so we'll get those stripped out. That's going to be the hardest bit, so I probably won't film too much of it. It's just wood on wood, right?
Yeah. So getting all that off is not a big deal, is it?
Ooh. Ooh.
It's all going. That's what we want.
Again. Hello, pal. Ooh. What was that?
Bit of moral support, I think. Like I say, you'll be there forever trying to find them.
Yeah. There's just too many.
Yeah.
You can find a few, but if there's 10 on each plank, 4, 6, 10. There's going to be 2,000 screws if there's 10 on each plank.
Yeah. Screws. Proper screws in that bit.
Just over that one side.
Yeah.
So I pinged it down all at once. And he's used proper screws just on one side because you obviously don't need them on both. Ah. There we go.
You got the other light there. Yeah, he's put right good screws in one side there.
Insulation's been done properly.
There's an old light there.
So I've just taken delivery of a tow bar. It's actually not in bad condition. I've just sprayed it with some iron out just to give it a good clean up. Yeah, these tow bars are like 180 quid now without the wiring, and then it's like another 100 quid for the wiring. But I've only actually paid 90 quid for this delivered. It's just come on a pallet. So, a bit of a steal really, I'm quite happy with it. Let's hope that it fits. Right, so I've just decided that I'm going to give it a quick lick of paint. So I've just sprayed some iron out on it and I'll give it a tickle, scrub it back and paint it up just so it looks like a new one, and it preserves it because it is a little bit rusty, as you can see. Jeez, so we're back and it's probably spent another, what time is it now? Oh, at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours getting the rest of the wood off. I've got a real pile going here now. Really hard work because of the mixture of nails he's used nails somewhere in some places, he's used screws, he's used different size screws. some bad bits which I've noticed. We've got expanding foam sucking all the electrics up, so that's going to be a bit of a nasty job. Yeah, we've just got these last few little slats to go out, but that was not fun. Probably pulled out, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 nails, screws, sorry, a few hundred nails, a few hundred bolts. So this is a perfect example of why it's all been so hard. So if you look there, we've got an 8mm bolt, and then we've got a nail that's been painted over, and then we've got a screw, and above that we've got a different size screw all the way up. Really difficult. Bolt, small screw, big screw, small screw, small screws, couple of nails up at the top, another bolt. It's been quite tough. So I've just whipped the covers off the wheel arches and found them stuffed with expanding foam and sound deadening, which obviously was a treat, but is it the best way? Who knows? But look at this. I've just knocked them all down so I didn't stand on them or grab them by mistake or anything. But there is 65,000 nails in each piece of wood. So we're wrapped up for the day. I'll show you what I've just done in the last sort of 25-30 minutes. Switch the camera. So I've took the ply lining off just off the back, just to see whether they was insulated, whether the sides was insulated and soundproofed. I popped this one out, I'll show you now again, which I did before. So it has actually soundproofed all of the sides and insulated. Stuffed a load of expanding foam down there, which again, it isn't how I would have done it. I'm going to have to research whether I'll have to take the expanding foam out, because whether it'll catch water, etc, etc. I've took the sound deadening off here because we're going to carpet this, and you can't carpet over soft foam. So I've took it all off there. I'm soaking it in WD-40 overnight just so it'll peel off really easy in the morning. And I took a panel out of the floor too, just on one side. I've not done it on this side, just on that one side, just to see if it's sound deadened the floor, which he hasn't done. But the van drives really quietly, so I think all I'm going to do is soundproof just the edges around the wheel arches. And I'll probably leave the centre. I've been reading online, it's overkill. You can do it, it does make a slight difference, but it's overkill and it's a lot of extra weight. We're going to be pushing the weight anyway, because we're going to have a couple of quite big water tanks in here. I think we might have a shower on the outside, so we'll need to save as much weight as we can. But I think that is it for today. I've ordered some sound deadening foil and tar for the wheel arches, and we need to start making a decision now. Who's going to do the roof, who's going to make the interior, etc, etc, and then we'll start fitting that. I think that's us for the day. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I've got a bit of an audience here. Look at that. Thanks for watching, guys. Any tips or anything else you'd like to see us do with the van, please comment below, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.